The Anthropocene is commonly understood as a geological epoch in which human activities have become a major force shaping the Earth's climate and ecosystems. While many discussions of the Anthropocene emphasize either human dominance over nature or the insignificance of humanity within vast ecological systems, Harman seeks a more balanced position. Drawing on the principles of object oriented ontology, he argues that humans are important actors in the contemporary world but are neither omnipotent masters nor irrelevant observers. Humans exist among countless other objects, all of which possess their own autonomous reality. Contemporary philosophy often explains objects in one of two inadequate ways. The first is what he calls undermining, which reduces objects to their smallest physical components. Scientific materialism frequently adopts this approach by explaining things entirely in terms of atoms, molecules, and fundamental particles. While such explanations provide valuable knowledge, they fail to account for the object itself. A forest, a climate system, or a human being cannot be completely understood simply by analyzing their smallest parts. The second form of reduction is overmining, which reduces objects to their appearances, effects, or relations. In this view, an object becomes nothing more than what it does or how it is perceived. Herman rejects this approach because it neglects the independent reality of objects. An object is always more than its effects on observers or its place within a network of relations. Object oriented ontology opposes both undermining and overmining, insisting that objects possess an autonomous existence that cannot be reduced either downward to their components or upward to their relations. To illustrate this argument, Herman visits Eddington's famous distinction between tables. One table is the scientific object composed of particles, while the other is the practical table encountered in everyday life. Herman introduces a third table which represents the object itself. This third table exists independently of scientific descriptions and human experience. It symbolizes the hidden depth of reality that remains beyond complete access or understanding. Through this example, Herman emphasizes one of object oriented ontology's central claims. Every object possesses dimensions that withdraw from observation and cannot be fully captured by any theory or perspective. Humans are undeniably significant because they are causal ingredients in many important entities, including artworks, social institutions, technologies, and climate systems. Human activity has contributed directly to environmental transformation, making humanity an important factor in the Anthropocene. However, this does not mean that humans possess complete knowledge or control over these systems. Climate change, for example, is not merely human creation but a complex object that exceeds human understanding and prediction. Once created, such entities develop their own autonomous dynamics and consequences. Herman differentiates anthropocentrism from anthropomorphism. Anthropocentrism places humans at the center of reality and assumes that everything exists primarily in relation to human interests. Anthropomorphism attributes human like characteristics to non human entities. The Anthropocene should be understood through neither framework. Humans are important participants in ecological and climatic process, but they do not occupy a privileged position that grants them total mastery over the world. The Anthropocene reveals both human influence and human limitations simultaneously. While Herman appreciates Latour's effort to include non-human actors in political thought, he questions some of Latour's later reliance on the political theories of Schmitt. Harman suggests that political systems must recognize the autonomy and mystery of non human objects rather than treating them merely as resources or passive elements. Climate systems, technologies, oceans, and ecosystems all possess realities that exceed human control and demand political consideration.